Hey, everybody. Welcome to Byte Me Podcast, a podcast that you have not heard in a long time. Colby posted
13 months.
Colby posted on Blue Sky that it had been April of 2024 the last time he recorded the podcast. I'm like, that is absolutely not possible. I am sure we've recorded, like, we stopped in November, right? And no, in fact, it was April. Colby's here. Say hey.
Woo!
Dylan will be here in the future. We're actually we're not just doing
We
one
fired
of these.
Dylan.
We didn't fire Dylan. We love Dylan. But man, I think
after the allegations.
I think that's the crazy thing is the last time that that Dylan was on this podcast, I don't think we knew, I don't think that Dylan knew he was having a child.
I'm just going to point out, Cliff, that unless she's an elephant that got pregnant.
Well, I'm saying, but
women do not gestate for 13 months.
Well, what I'm saying is that she's not she wasn't born last week. I don't remember exactly how old she is. So it would have been right on the cusp. We stopped podcasting and Dylan's like, well, I guess we have a kid now. I guess that's what I'm saying. Anyway, Dylan's got a kid now. So my kid's graduating from high school next week. So Dylan and I are on very opposite ends of the world, I guess, right now. But anyway, Dylan will be here in 2 weeks. We're probably going to go every 2 weeks for a little bit as we get settled back in. But Dylan couldn't find the cord for his microphone. That's the level of technical we're dealing with right now. So
anyway, could call one of our phones and we could just hold it up to our microphone.
I mean, technically, you can join this software that we're using to record this from a cell phone, but I can't imagine that would be a good experience for anyone, us, Dylan, or anyone listening to this podcast.
Maybe we could pretend like he was our man in the field, and that's why his audio sounds bad.
That's brilliant. Anyway, I was looking at the last couple of episodes that we recorded. And first of all, 4 episodes ago was a podcast entitled, Hey, We're Back. That was a lie. But one, 2
we
after
were actually talking about Hey, We're Back, a dinosaur tale.
Yeah. Excellent. We did post 2 episodes ago. They're oh my gosh, do I have to wait all the way until 2025 to play Grand Theft Auto 6? So anyway, don't try.
Byte Me was so dumb.
Don't go try and catch up. Just start here and go forward. This is episode 350 though, which seems like a monumentous number to start with. Although I think
we stopped on 340. We're it's close enough.
I think that you and I may have actually recorded podcast 350 and I never edited it or posted it.
That is true. I think I believe I remember that.
Anyway, I think this is better. We came back for episode 350. Probably not a lot will change in the podcast. I think we're probably going to go a little less news heavy than we have in the past because, man, video gaming news is so depressing. I don't want to talk about gaming news. It sucks. So I think we'll talk about what we've been playing because, man, there's been some great games lately. I want to do a little bit of indie highlighting now and again because I don't know. I got on Blue Sky. And Colby got on Blue Sky, and all of a sudden I found 50,000 indie video games that I want to play. So we're going to talk about some indie stuff. We'll do a little bit of news. We'll do a little QA. We'll tell you what's coming out, but probably only if it's on Game Pass or Steam, because I don't have a PlayStation. And I know we used to do it, but I don't care. Do you care, Cole? Because I don't.
Not well. I do care because they're getting a game this month that I want to play.
Yeah, but you don't have a PlayStation, so why talk about it?
I know.
I don't really care what's coming to the Switch. So probably mostly Xbox, a little bit of PC stuff. Yeah, I'll tell you what the Epic game. Actually, I probably won't tell you what the Epic game is this month because the way they release, by the time I tell you, it won't be the game anymore. So
that did remind me to go get the Epic game this month, though. So
see, I'm helpful. So watch. You should go follow us on Blue Sky. You can I actually got the at bytemepodcast.com domain at Blue Sky. So it's not any sort of weird BSK dot blah, 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 blah. It's literally just at bytemepodcast.com. So go follow us on Blue Sky. I'll post it there when it releases. So that's the way to do it. But anyway, Cole, do you want to talk about what you've been playing for the last year? I assume you have a list.
Yeah. I mean, I do.
I mean,
where is the free game on Epic? I don't see it.
Did you know that if you join our Discord, that every time a free game comes out on Epic Games, it posts to our Discord?
I do know that, but I'm like literally, I mean, I'm on their storefront and I don't see
You just don't see it.
I don't see a free
You have to scroll
game.
down a long way. You have to scroll
I'm at
down a long
the
way.
end.
Anyway, the free games.
Free games. It's at the very, very bottom.
Touch Type Tales and Dead Time Defenders, neither of which looked particularly good. So,
yay.
But who knows what next week will hold. So anyway, Colby, tell us. I think the good news is Colby's actually been playing the same game for about the last year, or at least it feels like that.
Well, and now I'll feel like I need to like play something else so no one will just like, hey, hasn't Colby been playing that for like 6 weeks? What else is he going to talk about?
That's it. Just going to talk about...
So I have been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Which maybe...
I won in a contest.
I was going to say, maybe we should give a shout out to who you won in the contest from, but I don't know if you remember.
I do. So the person that I won it from in a contest, and I'm certainly not trying to stretch time out here, was Big Nerd Gaming at Bisky.social. I don't know how you say that.
It's just a Blue Sky guy. So
yeah. If you look up at Big Nerd Gaming, I won it through them. They were doing a giveaway, and I won it. And I never win anything, so I was pretty excited about that.
I don't think I follow Big Nerd Gaming. Perhaps I should.
You should. I mean, I did give a shout out to him after I won it. Him, her, I don't know.
Them.
Them. But yeah, so I won it, and it was not the game that I was going to play next. But I'm like, well, now I feel like I kind of have to, and I'm glad I did, because Assassin's Creed Shadows is really good. It's an Assassin's Creed game. Like, I don't know how much you can say about, like, hey, if you haven't played this series that's been going on since 2006, I believe.
Oh, it's been a long time.
You know, like, I don't know, maybe give this one a go. Some of them are different. This one, so I put Assassin's Creed games into 2 categories. And you'll have to realize that I have only played like 3 Assassin's Creed games, so maybe these categories are not what they are. But like, when I think of Assassin's Creed, I think of that like, oh, you're sneaking around, you're in the shadows, and you assassinate someone, and then you have to parkour up buildings to escape from guards who saw you assassinate someone. And I think that's how it was in the first Assassin's Creed game. And then I played Assassin's Creed 2 for like 30 minutes, and then I didn't play Assassin's Creed until not Origins, the one after Origins, Odyssey. So I skipped about
15 of them,
22 years of Assassin's Creed games, because like I'm not a huge fan of stealth games. And like Assassin's Creed felt a little better than, say, like those games that are like, you have to be stealthy. Like if you come out of stealth, you lose. Where at least, like if you screwed up, you just kind of ran away and the person was like, oh man, I almost got assassinated there. Better go back to what I was doing and hope it doesn't happen again. And, you could give it another go. Assassin's Creed Odyssey kind of took that out. Like, I don't honestly know if in Odyssey you even had the secret blade.
Really?
I may be wrong, but I don't remember using the secret blade. It was way more actiony, and I really liked it. I'm like, oh, okay, like I like Assassin's Creed. And then I played Valhalla, and it was kind of similar, if I recall.
Is it because you're racist against the Norse?
I do hate the Norse. But Valhalla was really good too. It was kind of bloated at the end, but it was really good. And then like I heard like, Assassin's Creed's going back to its roots with the one set in Saudi Arabia? Mirage? I can't remember where Mirage
Wait, what?
is
There's
set.
an Assassin's Creed in between Valhalla and this one?
Yes, Assassin's Creed. There might actually be 2?
Annualized games are rough, man.
I don't think it's annualized. So, okay, there's only Mirage in between it. And it is set in I don't know. It's the 13th major installment though.
Interesting.
But they're like, yeah, it's going to be like kind of like more of the original Assassin's Creed. And I went like, I didn't really like it when it was like that, so I just skipped it. I've heard it's good, but yeah, it's set in Baghdad.
Interesting.
And maybe I'll give it a go sometime, but like I just don't like sneaky.
Yeah.
And then Shadows came out, and I heard kind of like varying, like like some people are like, it gets back to its stealth roots, and then some people are like, like you can just hack and slash people and stuff. And the answer lies kind of in between, because as far as I know, this is the first Assassin's Creed where you can play 2 characters. Maybe there's other ones.
I don't think so.
I've only played 3, so of apparently 13, and or 14 now. So one of your characters is super stealthy, real nimble, can get up onto the high vantage points, but is pretty weak. Like she cannot handle a bunch of bad guys. So that's the one that you can use to kind of stealth around and stuff like that. And then you have your other guy who is just like, I don't know, the huge hulking dude who will just cut through anything. So you can kind of like mix up your strategies. Like I really like to send in my little nimble ninja lady, and she cuts down all of the alarms. And then I just show up to the main door as the guy whose name I don't remember or know, and just slaughter everyone.
How do you switch between characters? Like,
It's super easy.
Is it like in real time or?
No, you can just like literally go into the menu and like say, I want to play as
really
the other one. And as long as you're not in like, you can't do it like, say if you're in like the castles and stuff like that, you can't switch to it. But like the second you step out, you can just switch right away.
Interesting.
If you fast travel, it'll ask you who you want to fast travel as. So like you're gonna switch between them kind of willy-nilly. And like, sometimes it's fun playing little sneaky stabby lady. And again, sometimes it's fun to like, I want to be the dude who carries the giant bat around that has spikes on it and, can just take people's heads clean off with it.
Do you think you could actually hit someone's head off with a bat? Because I don't think you could.
But it has spikes on it.
It's a good point. I can't argue that.
Like I believe me, I thought the same thing. Like it started with like, I wonder if you could just cut someone's head straight off with a katana. And like the answer is I believe yes.
There's only one way to find out.
And then I'm like, I wonder if you could just like T-ball someone's head clean off. Probably not clean off, but like I don't know. Like
good, maybe. Close enough.
Yeah. Like I mean like you hit someone with a giant bat with spikes on it, they're not having a good day.
No, there's probably no ethical way to actually find the answer to this.
What about non-ethical ways?
Oh, there's plenty of non-ethical ways. We should not do that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, I'll leave the homeless alone, I guess. But no, you like I am the wrong person to ask. Like, I've come to the very big conclusion that, like, people are like, how's the story? I'm like, yeah, story. Set in Japan, olden times, don't know when. Like, probably around the same time as, like, Shogun. I don't know when Shogun set.
I mean, my understanding...
1400s.
The thing about samurai isn't samurai one of those like weird things that
that they were
they
around
exist
like
at the same time as like Lincoln, but the fax machine predates both of them somehow.
Yeah. And so yeah, like I think I want to say it's like the 14 or 1500s that it's set, and there's a lot of like, I guess spoiler, like who killed my dad, and then I guess you're a member of the Stabby clan. I don't know what
The
they're called.
Stabby clan, yeah.
I don't know. Like, again, I have played 3 Assassin's Creed games. I have paid 0 attention. I know the Animus. I don't know what it is. I know every section when you're out of like, they're like, hey, what if we just pull this back to like modern times and you can walk around a lab? I'm like, hey, yeah, no, that's a great idea. Like, I would love to, walk around a lab rather than like assassinate people.
I honestly, until you mentioned that, had completely forgotten that Assassin's Creed takes place in some sort of like Matrix.
I don't think this one, like, this one does, but as far as I can tell, there is 0 like, hey, let's go into present time.
Completely forgot about that.
Like, I think I don't know why I'm like,
know.
I am the person to talk to about Assassin's Creed, because I've played like one more game than you have. But I think that they've kind of like slowly pulled that back. Like it was in Odyssey, and it was in Valhalla, but I don't remember it being like I remember there being like not big parts, but pretty big parts in like the first Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, I remember, because I'm like with you. I played the first one and then did not play any until Origins. I played Origins and did not play Odyssey. I did play some of the side-scrolling ones though.
Oh yeah, so, those look kind of fun.
They're interesting. Yeah.
I would highly well, I don't know. Shadows is probably not my favorite, but Odyssey was really good. Yeah. And like I said, it is not like other Assassin's Creed games where like you're like, I'm super sneaky kind of thing. I don't know. It was really good. Shadows is really good. For some reason it kind of vaguely reminds me of Red Dead Redemption 2. Like I get the same feeling. Like it's nothing like
vibes.
It. But yeah, I get the same kind of thing where I'm like, I'm on a horse, like wandering around, things, and here comes some bad guys. Whoopsie doodle, their heads are gone. And I can just like wander around, and it's real pretty. It's a real pretty game.
It's gorgeous. Colby's been sharing a ton of screenshots of it on Blue Sky, and that game is beautiful.
Yeah, it's just like real pretty, real kind of chill. You can get animals, and sadly you can't pet them. You can only pet the dogs and cats. That's my one complaint about the game. Like, why give me cute little monkey guys that can go in my hideout if I can't pet them?
Yeah, I think we probably should have started there, that you can like create your own petting zoo at your hideout. Yeah. I'd play the game just for it's definitely a game I'm interested in, but I'm going to wait until it's either on Game Pass or less than $70.
Oh yeah, and it will be.
Yeah.
It will be. I mean, it'll eventually hit Game Pass, I assume. But yeah, no, like it is. I mean, I'm 80 something hours into it, and I'm still having a really good time. Like it's one of those games where I'm like, I haven't hit that point where I'm like, I've got to finish up this main story. And the one problem I can foresee with this is I think the main story is going to take some time, and so I'm really starting to think like maybe you should start the main story so you don't get to that like, oh, I've got 40 hours to do in this. I've just been wandering around cutting people's heads off. I should have been focusing on the story. So I might start like heading into the main story, but like
why not?
There's so many like weird like branches. Like I don't know how many times I've killed someone and it goes to like when you kill someone important, like the screen kind of goes like stylized and it's like, you have taken down the Kabuchi man, or I don't know, whatever they're called. And I'm like, I don't know who that is. And so you can go into your thing that's like, there's 8 Kabuchi men and you need to kill them all. I'm like, guess I could do that. And then I go and kill I don't know who these people are. I don't know what they have to do with the story, but occasionally like it's you kill someone and it turns out they're super important. I don't know if I miss a side quest. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, I guess I got to murder all these people now. I'm like, you can spare them. I'm like, I
could.
But like, I don't know.
But have you seen what I can do with a bat?
Yeah, like it's a lot more fun to not do that. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, no, Assassin's Creed Shadows is, if you haven't played it, or I don't know, like if also like maybe you hated Odyssey and Valhalla and Origins, which were a little less sneaky and stuff. I don't give Shadows a try. It's real fun. Unless you're racist, in which case you don't want to play it and you have a lot of very unvalid complaints.
What if I was misogynist too?
Okay, yeah. That would also
No
take
good?
care of games you don't want to play. I haven't heard anything about girl whose name I don't know, but main character's looks yet. I don't know how they feel about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've like started transvestigating her.
That's what
yet,
I was just gonna say. Yeah. Cheekbones look a little off to me.
I don't know. Like maybe someone could throw that into Gronk and come up with a better, woman. I don't know.
Let gamers make games. Ugh. All right. Well, in the time that Colby's played Assassin's Creed Shadow, this is actually not true because Colby and I both played the first game I'm going to talk about.
We did.
We both played Avowed, which is the new. I was going to say it feels
no, it's not Bethesda.
It's not Bethesda. It's Obsidian.
There we go.
So it's a game on Game Pass. It reminds me. It reminded you a lot of Skyrim too. Like maybe not in that it reminded me of Skyrim, but it reminded me of how I felt when I played Skyrim. Maybe
it reminded me if someone made a kick-ass Skyrim mod in the Outer Wilds.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I had a lot of problems with the Outer Wilds, but like, I didn't have those with Avowed.
Avowed was just good. It's pretty linear. It's not like. I'm not going to say it's not like you're just going to go out and explore everything because, man, the maps are pretty huge. There's a lot to do.
The thing was, the maps were not huge.
No, but they felt huge.
They felt really huge.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, man, it's like all the way over there. And I'd walk for like 30 seconds. I'm like,
oh, I'm here.
I passed it back there.
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
Really good fast travel though.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't know. It was just a good story. You play what in game is called a godlike. And the first thing I will tell you is that godlikes so when you're creating a character, it's going to say, do you want to hide your godlike features? And the answer is yes, because your godlike features is just a person covered in mushrooms and it's horrifying. Nobody wants to see that.
Imagine playing one of the clickers from The Last of Us as your main character. And you're like, oh, I want to stare at that the entire time I'm playing this game.
No, it's no good. So turn that off, but, and then past that, you're just essentially trying to find out kind of what that means. You are sent on a quest by like you're, let's see, you're America or England. I mean, like not in real life, but like, just a real imperialistic, awful country who wants to impose their will on everyone else. And you're like an envoy for that. So they send you over to work out this problem and the story just takes off from there. But it's just good. Like you've got a bunch of people that fight with you. So in the game, you always have almost immediately have either one or two companions. You end up with four, I think, of people that you can choose from. They all have different strengths and weaknesses and ways they fight. Your characters never like your companions never are super helpful, but they're kind of fun and they add like a lot of character to the game. They're cool to talk to.
You get so powerful by the end that like they have like obviously like things that they're supposed to say during battle. I don't know what those are called, like prompts,
whatever,
kind of thing. And then like, we sure did a lot of damage to those guys. I'm like, dude, you didn't even have your sword drawn before I killed all four of them. I don't know what you're talking about. The we're here.
Yeah, and that's the thing I would say is outside the story, because the story is really fun. I really enjoyed it. That Colby didn't pay attention to it, but it was good. There's a lot of choice in that game and a lot of really ambiguous is this good or not choice, to be honest.
Yes.
It's not like one of those games where you're going to be like looking up everything to try and find the end or saves coming to try and get the best ending, because the choices are very ambiguous. But then it kind of ended up being okay. But the thing I will say that I think I like most about this game, for the most part, is I am notorious for finding the gun I like or the sword I like and never ever updating it ever, because I'm just not good at systems. And that's exactly how this game works, is like once you get past the like beginner weapons, you find your like forever weapon, and then you just put materials into it to upgrade it, and it's great. So I got to pick like I had 3 weapons maybe the entire game. The other thing I will say about this game is it's fantasy, but they give you guns and it's great. You can dual wield like it's all like musket kind of guns.
Oh yeah, I was dual wielding pistols by the end of my fantasy game.
It's amazing, and you get like Matrix slow mo as one of your like skills. You can like slow mo, pull out your gun, shoot. Somehow you can be dual wielding pistols and reload them one handed, even though they're muskets. I don't know how you did it, but it's cool. So Avowed, it's on Game Pass. It's free. I think even if you buy it, I don't think it's a $70 game. I think it's like a
I don't know,
$40 or $50 game, but absolutely worth it. Very, very fun. Next game I played is, you have not played South of Midnight yet, right, Cole?
I have not.
Super cool. It's made by Compulsion, I believe, which is one of the studios that Microsoft bought when they bought Bethesda. Their last game was We Happy Few, which is absolutely nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is nothing like South of Midnight. In South of Midnight, you play a teenage girl whose trailer gets washed away during a hurricane with her mother inside it. And so you're going to go try and find your mom, essentially. And along the way, you learn a ton about your family and kind of where you came from and who your dad died when you were really young. And so you learn a lot about him and his family. And it's just like steep. I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and he played it a little bit too. And I said, I think it's interesting that South of Midnight is a game that me as a person, I can just enjoy and play, and it's fun. But I think if you were born in the South, you get more out of it. And if you were born in the South and you're Black, you get even more out of it. Because it's just like steeped in like Southern culture and African-American culture and a lot of the like lore and stuff of the Bayou. And it really, really interesting game. Really, really pretty. In kind of a, like the game's animated in almost like sometimes it almost feels like a little stop motion-y, a little like claymation-y. It's not, but it's got like a really, really unique animation style. I think one of the biggest drawbacks, like probably the only drawback of that game, was that there is no photo mode, and it desperately, desperately needs one. And it's relatively short. Like, didn't take me super long to beat, like 15 hours maybe. Definitely worth playing. I really, really enjoyed it. The only thing I will tell you is if you get in and, like, I guess 2 things. If you get in and you don't like the combat, I also did not like the combat. And if you just dial like the combat, from what I understand, is very Devil May Cry, maybe? I don't know. It's very 3D, very lots of things attacking you all at once. I didn't like it. And I wasn't very good at it. So I just turned it down to story mode, and the combat mostly goes away. Like, you still have to fight everyone, but you're never going to lose. And it made it just way, way, way more fun. The other thing is if playing it makes you motion sick, turn on the center dot in the game, which I'd never done before, and it made a massive amount of difference. So really fun. It's on Game Pass. You can grab that. I think that's another one that is not a full price game if you have to buy it either. So
no, it's not. I think it's 40.
The next game I'm talking about is the same way, Expedition 33, which if you've been on the internet lately, people just won't shut up about this game. And it's very, very deserved. And I say that as someone who played about 8 hours of it and said, nah, this isn't for me. It's made by a first-time studio based out of France, and the game is and the game is exceptionally French.
You fight mimes.
You fight. There's many mimes, and when you beat a mime, what you get is the mimes are optional bosses, and what you get is
baguette,
you get a baguette. Yes! You get like French outfits, like like when you think of like a
beret,
like a beret, and like one of those black and white striped shirts with like a red neckerchief, and then a baguette gets strapped to your back, which is totally out of sync for the game itself. And it's a game that I hesitate to even tell you what the plot is, because
I've heard that.
There's really no way to describe the plot without spoilers. And the first hour of that game is probably the most. Do you remember when you played The Last of Us for the first time and you're like, holy cow, they kill that person? Holy shit. And you're like, that's so sad. Kind of the same in this, where like the first hour is just like, oh, and then the game actually starts, and about 5 minutes after that you go, just like, it's like watching Up, man. It is crushingly sad, but really, really good. And then once you get on the island you go to, without telling you anything about this game, it is it's very linear, almost to a fault. And by that I mean that, you're going from point A to point B, but there's no mini map in the game, which is really terrible, because I spent a lot of time going like, I'm at point A and I need to get point B. And so I get halfway to point B, get in a battle, and it would drop me out of battle the other way, and I just walk back to point A. So, but that ultimately is not why I stopped playing it. I stopped playing it because the combat is, most people on the internet love it. Like, it is, people really enjoy it. It is not for me. And by that I mean it is turn-based combat. And there's a lot of mechanics to the combat, but that is not what turned me off. Like, the way you fight is just very, like, you have to do this so the next person can do this, so the next person can do this, and then you're doing this also, so you build up this bar so that you can be more powerful on your third hit, that kind of thing. That was fine. I kind of got a handle on that. What I didn't like is that most of the combat is based around like essentially quick time events. So when you attack, you have a number of quick time events that you can do to make your attack more powerful. You can automate those, which is great. But what you can't automate is when the bad guys attack you, you have the option to either block it, which then you do a counterattack that does a ton of damage, or dodge it, or let it hit you, which is not the good option. And my reaction times and my ability to memorize like how their attacks go was so poor that I couldn't work out how to dodge or block, and it took a lot of the fun out of the game. I dialed it all the way down to like, hey, have you ever played a video game before difficulty? And was able to get through about the first 10 hours of it. But then I started hitting bosses where it just didn't matter. You needed to be able to like functionally dodge or attack, and if you couldn't, you were just going to die. And so then I noticed that I was really starting to like avoid fighting whenever I could, which meant that I didn't have the levels to fight. And so I just like, I'm like, I want to play this story. And if there was a way for me to like accessibility my way out of like, either like if you could have turned on auto dodging, or even auto dodging would be fine, because then you wouldn't take damage, but you wouldn't be hurting them. You'd still have to do the combat side of combat. I probably would have kept playing. And if you could turn on auto counters, like, yeah, absolutely. Like if I could just breeze through the combat, if I could just turn off the combat, I would absolutely do it. Because the story was really fun, but it was too hard. I'm just not.
You're trying to figure out how to shove your Game Shark into your Xbox.
It just wasn't for me. So, but that being said, it is on Xbox. It's on Game Pass. And it's also cheap. It's like $40. So well worth checking out. So I gave up on Expedition 33 and I started playing Dredge, which Colby bought me for my birthday or Christmas, something.
I think birthday.
And I had completely forgotten about it. And then I saw it somewhere like, dude, Dredge looks really fun. And Colby's like, you own it, dummy. And it is really fun. And like consequently it came on Game Pass like 3 days ago. So you can also now play it on Game Pass. You play a fisherman. Like first of all, it's a fishing game, which is my least favorite mini game in any game that has mini games. So I was like, ooh, a fishing game.
Do you like fishing better than card games?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, you like fishing better than
I like fishing better than card games. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I played the entirety of The Witcher and I never played the
like,
card
you want to
game.
play Gwent? I'm
Yeah,
like, no,
nah,
no,
thanks.
I don't.
No, I'm good.
Absolutely not.
But so the kind of conceit of the story is you are a fisherman who comes to this small like archipelago, little series of islands. And the mayor's archipelago, one of those things. It's a bunch of little islands, and the mayor's like, "Oh man, when you rolled in here, you sure damaged your boat up good." But the good news is we got another boat you can use, and you just have to pay us back for it by doing some fishing. So you start out fishing, and you're reeling up fish, and you sell them to the like fishmonger in town, and there's a ship lady who will upgrade your ship for you, and then the fishmonger's like, hey, have you noticed any of the weird fish? And I'm like, yeah, there's some weird mutant fish around these waters. He's like, if you bring me one, I'll pay you extra for it. And so you catch a fish, and then like the guy closes for 3 days as he does something super weird with a fish. And then like the mayor's like, hey,
is it Troy McClure?
Yeah. No, I said he was sleeping with the fishes. The mayor's like, hey, could you take this package over to like this guy in the town across the way? So then you like get a second town and you go over there and you're like, you deliver him like a squishy leaking package. And things just get weird. And so what they tell you is that you got to make sure to get in by nightfall though, because after dark stuff gets weird. And as it gets darker and darker, like your fear meter starts rising, you start seeing things. And there are monsters in the water that will kill you. One that I saw a number of times that I thought was super clever was you see this, someone tells you, yeah, there's this other boat that I've seen around. I think there's a photographer on it. Like you should try and talk with him. Maybe they're people too. Maybe that'd be interesting. And so you see this other boat going around all the time. And if you follow it and you get too close to it, you realize it's like what do they call them? Lantern? What are the fish with the anglerfish? And it's a giant anglerfish. Or you'll go up to like a shipwreck and you realize it's this giant bad guy pretending to be a shipwreck. Super interesting stuff. But if you don't want to deal with all that, you can also turn it off. So like in the accessibility menu, you can turn off all the frightening nighttime stuff. You can also turn off making fishing hard. So if you don't want to deal with like, if you just want to fish but don't want to have to worry about not being a successful fisherman, you can turn that off too. It's great. But then you run into this guy who's collecting, he wants you to go out and find all these like cursed relics that you have to bring up, and then you start finding all these weird messages in a bottle that talk about these horrible shipwrecks and this curse, and everything gets super spooky. And you turn out that this is a fishing game, but it's also a horror game. And it's really good, and it's got this great atmosphere and is tons of fun, and it's like 10 hours, and I would really, really, really recommend it. It's a really good time. So, and like there are 2 endings and neither of them are good. There's no good ending in this game. So very enjoyable. The last game that I'm going to talk about only briefly, it's called Forever Skies. I've only played it for like, maybe 45 minutes. I also won this game. I won a copy of it from the developers. And it's like Subnautica, but instead of trying to like mess around on the ocean floor, you're doing survival stuff like in the sky. Like you actually build like giant dirigibles that you tool around in. So it's fun. I've only played it for like 45 minutes. The reviews on it are a little hit or miss. But from what I've played so far, it's been good. So I'll play it some more this weekend and we'll see. But Forever Skies. Normally we would make Dylan say news now, but Dylan's not here. So instead we're going to say not news, because I'm going to do indie highlights first, because all of our questions today were essentially about what we were doing in news. So we'll push that down. 2 games I want to highlight for indie highlights today. One is called Pogo People. And if you're looking for that on Steam, that is POGOPPL. And it is imagine if like Tony Hawk was 2D and instead of being on a skateboard, you were on a pogo stick. And like we're maybe in like a pogo stick gang. It's
as one
does. It's very fun. There's a free demo. I highly recommend it. It's just wacky. It's super wacky. So very, very enjoyable. You'll all be happy to know that a year later, Spade is still alive and is still barking on our podcasts. The next one I only played like 10 minutes of. It made me horribly motion sick, and it's essentially a Doom game. But I'm recommending it because the guy tweeted about it, and I couldn't stop thinking about this tweet. It's called Beyond Sunset, and his tweet was, or Skeet, I guess, because it was on Blue Sky. Do you think Skeet is the worst name for something ever?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yes.
He said, I made a game with my friends. Beyond Sunset is a Mormon punk retro FPS set in Neo, Utah, where you play as a street samurai who can deflect bullets with her sword. Buy this fever dream before it goes full price or my medication wears off. And I wrote back and said, like, comment on his post. I'm like, I'm from Utah and I'm very interested in this game. And he replied, we have a free demo. It's also super easy to pirate this game.
What is this game called?
It's called Beyond Sunset. If it's not built on the Doom engine, it's built on something very much like the Doom engine. They got a publishing deal, right? And the publisher was like, I want nothing to do with Mormon punk or Neo Utah. And so if you go look it up on the on Steam, it will not say any of those things because the publisher...
I was going to say, is this the right one?
It doesn't look like it. Their publisher didn't like that. And so they kind of just said like, you know what? I don't even know if we want to finish this game. And apparently a bunch of other Doom modders came in and helped them finish it. So at least the game would be done. It's $10 now, but they said that when it goes 1.0, it's going to go up to 20. So if you want to get it, like get it now.
I don't...
It's extremely fast paced. Like I don't remember Doom being nearly as fast as this game. And it made me wildly motion sick to play, but
is it on Steam?
It is on Steam.
This came out in 2023.
Is it in early access? Maybe.
No.
Anyway, I'll put the link in the show notes so you can go. Like, just go grab the demo.
Like, what you're describing is kind of this game. Like Beyond Sunset, the one I'm looking at is a cyberpunk first-person shooter.
That's it.
It's not in early access. It's $17.
Oh, maybe it went out.
It
must have gone out of. Oh no, you must be looking at the wrong one. Anyway,
and it was released in 2023.
Yeah.
So this is
November 8th, 2023.
No, this is early access.
I don't know, man. I think you're looking at the right game.
Okay,
but it's wacky. But I had fun playing what I played, so check it out. Anyway, if you see any cool indie games, let us know. We'll
I've got one.
Please tell me.
I mean, it's already out and has been out for a while, but Hypnospace Outlaw is currently free on Amazon Prime
Yeah.
Gaming, and it is one of my favorite indie games.
The
So
folks
that's
who did Hypnospace Outlaw just released a new game called like Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3, which also sounds fantastic. So, check that out too. All right, are you ready for some news, Colby?
news.
Thank you, sir. For news today, I was just going to talk about Switch 2 and Xbox pricing, because both of them got more expensive. And then about half the questions we got were kind of related to that. So Princess Megan said, what are your thoughts on the Nintendo Switch 2, including system capabilities, games, and price when compared to not only the original, but also other consoles? And Vinny said, crazy to see where we are gaming-wise from the beginning of Byte Me to now. Console gaming has gotten more pricey. Games are getting more expensive, etc. What are your overall thoughts on console prices going up and game prices going up? And have your gaming habits changed at all since? He says he knows a couple of people who are moving over to PC gaming since console prices is more expensive. So and then Rich Deacon wants to know, will you buy a new Switch 2 now, later, or never? So we can probably start there. Then we'll talk about some pricing stuff. You're not buying a Switch 2, are you, Cole?
No.
Do you think you'll ever buy a Switch 2?
Probably not. I mean, like, I think the thing is what I have learned about myself. Like, for the past, I don't know, several generations, I've owned every console. And it just turns out that I just play my Xbox. Like, I had a 360 and a PlayStation 3. I had a Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 and a Switch. And, like, I almost never played my PlayStation 4. I occasionally played my Switch, but generally I didn't.
Yeah.
And so, like, this time around, I'm like, I kind of want a PlayStation 5. I'm like,
fool me twice.
And I'm like, yeah, that's a good point, brain. And so I didn't get a PlayStation 5. And, like, are there games on PlayStation 5 that I kind of want to play? Sure. But, like, I don't care.
Are there so many games on Game Pass
that I want to pay? Yeah, I'm like, my backlog is just huge. So, like, yeah, like, I might miss out on something, but, like, I don't care. Same kind of thing with the Switch. I was actually thinking about it today for some reason. And, like, I like my Switch. I have played it a little, some. And it's, like, a good system, but, like, I don't play it handheld. I have played it handheld for maybe a total of, like, 50 hours the entire time I've had it.
I don't know if I've played my Switch for 50 hours.
I mean, like, I played what is that
Link to
game
the Past
called? No, farming game everyone loves. Stardew. I played Stardew on my Switch, and I played Graveyard Keeper on my Switch, and I did those both in handheld. So, like, I've played handheld quite a bit, but, like, it's not how I want to play. Like, except for those two games, I only play with it hooked up to my TV. And you know what else is hooked up to my TV?
Your Xbox.
An Xbox.
And both those games are on your Xbox too.
Yeah, they are. And, like, does Xbox have, or does the Switch have, like, first party games that I can't get on Xbox? Yeah. But, like, I don't really like the new Zelda games.
Don't really care about the Mario games.
Yeah, don't really care about the Mario games.
I have Mario Kart 8, that's enough.
I like Metroid.
Yeah.
But, like, not enough to get a system. Like, Pokemon games are cool, but now my kid doesn't care about Pokemon, so I'm not going to play those anymore.
And I mean, like, honestly, there are a lot of Pokemon games that aren't Pokemon, but are Pokemon games that are just as good. Like, you love what, Monster Hunter?
I would take Monster Hunter any day of, or no, not Monster Hunter.
No, not Monster Hunter.
Sanctuary.
Monster Sanctuary, yeah.
I would take, like, in a burning building, I would save Monster Sanctuary over Pokemon any day.
I like that it might come down to that.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario.
Like, if there is a burning building and for some reason IP is in it, oh my god, those are the servers that have all of the code for Pokemon and Monster Sanctuary. I'm like, that's weird, but I guess I'll go in and save a server. But we got to talk about your backup situation here, guys. Like, this isn't
smart. Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know. It's like, I really liked my Switch for weird indie games, but like, then I just hooked up my laptop to the TV and I'm like, oh, this is better. And like, most of them are free.
Yeah.
I do enjoy, like, I will say and it's going to sound weird, but you have to hear me out. The one thing I enjoy about Nintendo is their weird amount of hentai games on the eShop. And I'm like, wait a second. You were the system that, like, took the blood out of Mortal Kombat, and Killer Instinct was the first game to use the word kill in it. And now, like, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'll play this weird, like, fetish game where, like, giantess put me between places, and it's $1.
I mean, the good news is that probably exists on Steam too.
Yeah, oh no, it 100% does. I'm just saying that, like, I played that exact game on my Switch because I'm like, surely this can't be what I think it is.
And it was.
It's $2. I guess I'll find. Oh, yep, nope. I'm between that, huh?
Interesting.
Okay. Just like open it like a door. Okay. But yeah, so I do find that funny. I don't know what word I'm looking for.
Funny's good enough.
But I can't search for weird giantess fetish games on Xbox. So, you know,
that's awesome.
I don't know. Maybe the Switch, if you want to play those,
maybe it's for you.
PC.
And on Switch 2, like, they look even better.
You can play it at 1080p.
Yeah, no, I agree with all that. I've owned 2 Switches because I lost my first one, and I don't think I'll be buying one either. Like, between the price, so the Switch 2 is going to be $450, which seems like a lot for a system that is rumored to be about as good as a PS4. So I don't know. To me, when you're talking $450 for, I think $50 more, you could buy a Steam Deck. And for $150 more, you can buy an OLED Steam Deck. It's going to play all the fun indie games, and it's going to play them way better than the Switch does, would be my guess. And you'll get them first. It just seems like a lot of money for a handhold. I don't know. My other problem is I've got like some sort of like repetitive stress injury in both my hands from probably typing too much when I work and mousing too much. And so I've actually found that using the Switch handheld or my Steam Deck handheld, unfortunately, is kind of a no-go. It ruins my hands. So like handheld systems are probably out for me in the future. I think I'm just going to hook my Steam Deck up to my TV.
Or you could send it to me.
I could send it to you. I probably won't do that. But maybe, who knows? It could happen. Christmas is not really coming. But I don't think happy thoughts.
You missed my birthday. So.
I didn't miss your birthday.
I know, but I was hoping that you didn't realize that either.
So yeah, I don't think I'll be getting a Switch. I don't imagine I'll ever get a Switch too. It just doesn't seem like it. From a pricing standpoint, so we've seen 2 things in the last 2 weeks. The Switch 2 came out at $450, and all of its accessories are really expensive too. Pro controller's $85.
Will my Labo work on it?
Oh man, I completely forgot about that. I don't know. Probably not. You can get a camera for it now though, which I guess is cool. But like Joy-Cons are almost $100 a pair, $95 a pair. The camera is $54. The dock is $120, which is a lot of damn money. The carrying case, the official carrying case, is $85. And probably the worst part about it is games are going to be between $70 and $80. And the Xbox announced a little bit after this that their games could be as much as 80 for first party games too. And I don't care at all that Xbox games are $80 because I know that regardless of whether it's a first party game, whether it's a Ubisoft game, whether it's an EA game, whatever, that comes out at $80, 6 months later, that game will be $40. But I know on the Switch that game 5 years later will sometimes go on sale for 70. And that's just not, that's not cool. Like I'm not going to buy a system. Like I think the thing is I'm not going to buy a Switch 2, and I'm certainly not going to buy a Switch 2 where it costs me $80 for a Mario game. Like it's not that Mario games aren't worth $80. It's not the game developers don't deserve to make money for what they do. But I don't enjoy Mario games or any Nintendo IP games enough to pay $80 for them, frankly. So I don't know. And I mean, I think we have to be pretty honest that I think that the reason for both this price increase and the Xbox price increase is probably tariff related.
I wondered.
Well, and like the tariffs don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So at least they don't for 90 days as of right now. But it's as good of a reason as any for them to be able to raise their prices. And I think the thing is like they don't have to necessarily be tariff related directly to raise your price. They could just be economic uncertainty in a political system where who knows what's happening tomorrow or the day after. Like, from what I understand, Xbox isn't selling enough systems really to, this isn't like, oh man, we're trying to make more money. This isn't a cash grab. It's probably really just them like saying, we don't know how much an Xbox is going to cost to manufacture or ship here 6 months from now. And so we are hedging our bets. And so far Sony has not matched that. But the Series S went from $299 to $380. The 1 terabyte Series S went from $349 to $429. The X is now $550. The X digital is now $550. The Series X with a disk drive is now $600. Controllers are more, so on and so forth. But And I think the worst part about this is it's unprecedented. Like this should be the time where we're actually seeing price cuts on those systems, not price raising. So it's a little bit of a bummer. But like to say, hey, I have friends that are leaving console gaming to go play PC games, like, I mean, your video card still costs more than an Xbox. So like, yeah, your games might be cheaper, but like PC gaming is not a cheap hobby. I built a new PC for my kid for Christmas, and without a video card, it was $900, maybe a little bit more. And we bought him a graphics card the Christmas before that, and I think it was like $450. So like, you're easy buying yourself 2 Xboxes and having some money left over for a Pro controller if you're buying, if you're thinking that PC gaming is going to be cheaper. And I mean, like, my dad just bought a gaming laptop. Same thing. Like a gaming laptop with any sort of configuration at all is $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. So it's not, you're not saving money by being a PC gamer.
I bought a gaming laptop 3 or 4 years ago now, and it was, I think, $1,000 or $1,100. So yeah,
it's PC gaming isn't the cheaper of the hobbies. Yeah, the games.
I wonder if you did the math on it.
Well, I think it depends on what kind of games you play too, because like to me, like I haven't. Well, that's not. I actually bought. I don't remember what it's called. American Arcadia, I want to say, on Steam. That game is good. American Arcadia. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing that in the future and talking about that because that game is dope. But if you are an indie gamer on PC, like you don't need a 460 to be an indie gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, gaming on PC might be cheaper if you just buy yourself a Steam Deck and play indie games, sure. But if you're playing
Yeah.
AAA, like first of all, like I don't think you're saving a ton of money. And I guess you can just get Game Pass on your PC and it's kind of parity, but like that means you're paying twice the cost for your system and playing the same games for the same cost that I do. So I don't really see PC gaming. If you like PC gaming and that's your thing and you like the control and you like you like to be able to tweak things and you like if you like cheat codes, like my friend Tim really only plays on the PC because he plays everything with a trainer and you can't do that on an Xbox. So, there are reasons to be a PC gamer. And like I'm a PC gamer. I game some of the time on my PC, but like I'll be honest, like I installed both Expedition 33 and South of Midnight on my PC and started playing them that way and just installed them on my Xbox because it was a little bit easier. Like you don't have to tweak things. I kept drawing too much power from my UPS, and so my UPS kept going off. And like I didn't have that problem on my Xbox, and they looked fine. So I don't know. I'm not like a FPS hunter either, really, though. So I don't know. I think overall, no, I'm not getting a Switch 2. Yeah, I think it's kind of it's a bummer more than anything that the video games are going to cost more. And I care the very least about the cost of games. Like the hardware going up is a bit of a bummer, but also I have all that hardware. So it's kind of like when you have a car and it's paid off and you just hope no one hits you because you don't want car payments again. Like I got to hope that my Xbox doesn't break because I don't want to buy another one for $600 when I already had one that I paid $550 for or $500 for. So I don't know. Any other thoughts about pricing, Cole?
I don't know. It's one of those things that I feel like I should care more about, but also I'm like, I don't know, like games cost more to make and economy. I don't know.
I think that's the thing is like we are in unprecedentedly the times are so uncertain in ways that I don't know if they've ever been this uncertain, probably in our lifetime anyway. Like the cost of video games going up a little bit. Like, what do you expect? Like it's kind of.
I mean, I'm going to point out you did live through the video game crash of the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but like
also just unprecedented times. Like we were both there for like the fall of the USSR or like so technically we were alive during the Cold
So what you're saying
War,
is that some of these times might be precedented. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I'm just saying that like
it's unprecedented in my memory.
You might have had to duck and cover under a desk at some point.
So, like, growing up in Utah, it's hard to say. Like, I know I did duck and cover drills under desks, but I can never remember if it was because of the bomb or because of earthquakes.
In case the Ruskies attacked Utah.
Well, I mean, the thing is like, there's a lot of reasons to attack Utah. Yeah. But all things said, I don't know. Anyway.
Dugway.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
maybe they had...
Utah's a pretty prime target. You're way less safe than I am. Like, who's going to blow up Florida? Like, come on. The United States doesn't even want it. Why would anyone else try to blow it up?
Just let it then do
Yeah, we'll take care of this ourselves. Don't you worry.
Was the guy who made a nuclear reactor in his shed, was he from Florida?
I've got to think he was.
That seems like
Super
a real Florida kind of thing.
One of the like fun games Floridians play is other people do too, but you hear about a lot here, is you look up Florida Man and then your birthday, and there's always some zany Florida man doing something crazy on your birthday. And I did mine, and mine was like a triple homicide with like mine wasn't funny. It was not like a guy getting eaten by a crocodile. It was something very, very unpleasant. So
Michigan, didn't see that. I mean, really figured
Michigan. Outside of you get into the backwoods of Michigan, there's a lot of weird stuff going on.
Yeah,
there.
That's a good point. Let's see what my Florida man is birthday. Florida man gored by bison in Yellowstone National Park.
Like
that's pretty funny, actually.
So let's see,
animalistic. 4 Florida teens arrested after brutal beating puts man in ICU. That's pretty funny.
Like
Florida executes a man for the shotgun killings of his girlfriend and her 3 young children. Like, who hasn't had a laugh at that?
Yeah, so mine is...
Florida man slapped girlfriend with cheeseburger. Okay.
It redeemed itself. Mine is Florida man who worked as a chiropractic assistant at a rehabilitation center has found himself behind bars on sexual battery charges. But my second one is Florida man arrested after strapping downed light pole to car roof. So, it works out. All right, let's see. Final question from Rich Deacon, because Rich always asks 2. Rich ate at Le Cellier, which is the French restaurant at Epcot the other day.
Expedition 33.
In Expedition 33. Expedition 33 is actually set in the French pavilion at Epcot. You may not have known that. They ride Remy.
It's actually a spin-off of the Kingdom Hearts games.
God, that would be amazing. Anyway, he was there, and I said that I wasn't super interested in it because the only food there that hello, microphone. The only food that I could eat there as a vegetarian was the macaroni and cheese, and the macaroni and cheese is almost $30. And my thought on a lot of food, like Indian food, Thai food, I'll pay a bit of a premium for them because it's not something I can really make very easily at home. Like it involves a lot of kind of weird ingredients and that kind of thing. Like Italian food, you can make pretty much any Italian food you want at home for like $4. It's not hard. And mac and cheese kind of strikes me the same way. It's like you might have to go buy some fancy cheeses, I guess, but like anybody can make mac and cheese. And honestly, I'm a pretty big like blue box craft dinner fan, to be honest. So I said that I thought $30 was.
What was his question?
His question is how much is too much to pay for fancy mac and cheese? And I think like I would pay $15 for fancy mac and cheese, maybe even like $18 for fancy mac and cheese. If it's fancy.
I was going to say, does it have like a meat in it? But like,
it does not. Who wants
my mac and cheese unless it's like ham?
Yeah. Ooh, I used to put like, maybe not bratwurst isn't the right.
Hot dogs.
Like
I put hot dogs.
Yeah. So let me see if I'm trying to find out the exact. So it is a. I can't find it now. Like I said, it was definitely fancy though. Let's see. Find mac.
I mean, like I just looked up the expensive mac and cheese, and it says the most expensive macaroni and cheese in the world is called the Mac and Cheese Royale 007, and it costs $68. So you're eating the half amount of the world's most expensive.
It's not too bad, really, I guess, actually, when you think about it that way. Yeah.
Though, that being said, I'm seeing a video that says $195 mac and cheese worth it. So, I don't know. Maybe
it is worth it. I don't know. $30 seemed a little expensive, but I could see paying like between $15 and $18 for mac and cheese.
Does it have breadcrumbs on top?
Are you pro or anti breadcrumb?
Pro.
Yeah.
I like a little bit of crunch. You know what I'm pro though, more than anything, and like no like restaurant does it, but you get leftover mac and cheese and you fry it.
Yeah.
You also can do that with fettuccine Alfredo. So
yeah, I can get behind that. It does look like it has breadcrumbs. So yeah. Anyway,
$30 seems like a lot.
And I mean, you do have to also realize that you're like paying the Disney tax. Like, like it's everything is going to be more expensive. But I have to pick my battles as to whether I want to,
I was trying to think of like a funny joke I could do in like Goofy's voice, like about the Disney tax. But like, one, I can't do a very good Goofy. And so it would have sounded like maybe I was having a stroke or something.
I can see that. Yeah.
Like, gosh, don't step on me. Like,
yeah, it's all good. All right, let's talk cheap. That's Mickey Mouse. It was good.
I know.
Let's talk cheap free games for a second. So these are all games coming to Game Pass, and some of these are already out because we're kind of at the end of this push.
Hell yeah, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. That sounds like a game that I'll totally play.
So the first one is Dredge. That is out. You heard me talk about that earlier. It's great.
Wait, Dungeons of Hinterberg was already out.
That's what I said. Some of these that came out May 7th.
Well, I know, but it came out long.
Maybe
before.
it came back. I don't know.
I beat Dungeons of Hinterberg last year.
Are you sure?
I'm 100%
Was it
sure.
good?
Yeah, it was really good.
Is
really
it kind of
liked
Zelda-ishy?
Yeah. So here's the thing. I remember saying about Dungeons of Hinterberg that it reminded me of how I liked Zelda games to be.
Interesting.
And
you're right. It came out last year. So
yeah, like I beat that. That was like one of the not last games, but yeah, it was the 18th game I beat last year of 25. So I had time to play a bunch of games after that, including like the Division 2 and my time at Sandrock, which was pretty
lengthy.
Hell, I played Elden Ring again after it, so it must have come out in like
it came out in looks like July.
Are you looking at May 7th, 2024, Cliff?
No, because Doom the Dark Ages is on here. All right.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because that was going to be real.
I've done it before. Anyway, Dredge is coming out. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, which looks super weird. It's like an RPG fighting game with co-op. Not my bag.
Dude, we should play that. We should play that next.
We should play that for like an hour
and report how big is it?
Maybe we could stream it. I don't know.
I don't want to.
Anyway, maybe we'll play that. Dungeons of Hinterberg is coming to console, or it did already. It's coming out May 7th. It's set in the Alps, apparently.
Yeah, it's real good.
It looks really good. Has a kind of a Zelda vibe. So check that out. Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn is coming out on the Xbox, or did already. It came out May 7th.
Yeah. What? I played Flintlock 2.
I don't know. Maybe these games are coming back. Sometimes games come back. Because I know Vermintide 2 is on here too, and it's coming back.
Well, yeah, but like these were on recently enough that they're not coming back.
I don't know what to tell you, man. This game also came out in July.
Yeah.
So
I didn't think that.
I don't know. Anyway, did you play Ashen?
Wait, Metal Slug Tactics. I have that downloaded.
It came out May 7th. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing, man. But Doom is on here. Doom's right there.
Yeah.
And
well,
Kulabra and the Souls of
Savage
Limbo and Firefighter Simulator. I don't know. These games must have been on Game Pass and came back.
Wait, did you say Firefighter?
I sure
Simulator?
did.
Hell, Police Simulator. I'm gonna shoot so many dogs.
That was in the show notes. And Colby, ACAB applies to Police Simulator. Like just.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, I'm gonna be.
You're gonna be a bad cop. Okay, perfect.
You ever seen Bad Lieutenant?
Do you think the game lets you play that way?
It better. That would be so. I would
because Police Quest 4 certainly did not.
Yeah, I would play the Police Quest games if they're like, oh no, don't do that. Oh,
I mean, Police Quest 4 was advised by like the most crooked cop in the history of LA, and it still wouldn't let you play as a bad cop. Anyway, we're getting off track. Flintlock: The Siege of.
I'm gonna play it as the Shield.
Yeah, I mean, I would play a Shield game. I would absolutely play. A Shield.
There was one. It was not very good.
Of course not. Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. It's a Souls light from the people who made Ashen. Ashen was great. I don't know. You played Flintlock, Cole? Did you like it?
I only played it for a little bit. Like I think I played it like right after I got done playing like Elden Ring or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, this isn't quite what I want.
That's fair. Metal Slug Tactics is coming to console. It's a tactic game in the Metal Slug universe, like just all right there in the name. Revenge of the Savage Planet. So this is how we know this is a current list. That game came out on May 8th. Colby and I are going to play that soon, and we will report back because we loved the first Savage Planet game. Super good. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants Unleashed is a beat 'em up, co-op beat 'em up with a really unique graphic style. Looks kind of interesting if you like that. They said in the thing I read like where it is in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle universe, and I forget because I stopped caring about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle universe like after the first movie.
It looks really
it looks really good.
Yeah. So just like an update, I don't know if the Shield PC game is abandonware, but like if you search for the Shield PC, like a lot of websites come up that are just like, here, download it. So I don't know.
So should I download it and stream it?
Maybe, like, I'm not saying maybe myabandonware.com
Pretty
is
legit,
a
really.
site,
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I would download EXEs from it.
I'll run them through a virus scan first.
You can
It'll be
try.
Warhammer Vermintide 2 is coming back. This one I know came out. This game's like 6 years old. I don't know. Colby and I played it once, and it was hard as anything, and I did not understand it. But it's like a 4-player action game where you kill rats. Doom: The Dark Ages comes out tomorrow, May 15th. It's like they're calling it medieval Doom, which I'm pretty sure is just Quake, but maybe that's for people that aren't as old as I am. You have a shield that has a chainsaw inside of it somehow. I listened to the soundtrack yesterday because I was kind of curious because I'm a huge fan of the Doom 2016 soundtrack, and I'm like, who did they get to do it now that they don't work with Mick Gordon anymore? And the answer was, I don't remember what their name was. It was like the dumbest name I've ever heard for their name is shoot. I don't remember. But they also did the Borderlands 3 soundtrack and the Crackdown 3 soundtrack and the Callisto Protocol soundtrack, which I listened to, and we'll talk about that in a second. But they also did the Microsoft Flight Simulator soundtrack. So
did not realize
that
that
is soundtrack.
A soundtrack.
I listened to the Callisto Protocol soundtrack, and like, if you're old like me, you will know that in the early 80s, the people who made the Ghostbusters movie went to Huey Lewis and said, Huey Lewis, we want you to make a theme song for the Ghostbuster movies. And Huey Lewis said, no. And so they went to Ray Parker Jr. and said, hey, we want you to make a theme song for the Ghostbusters. And we want it to sound exactly like a Huey Lewis song. And he said, I ain't afraid of no ghost. And then got sued by Huey Lewis. And so I think Huey Lewis probably gets all the royalties from the Ghostbusters theme song now. Anyway, if the people who made the Callisto Protocol soundtrack did not get sued by Mick Gordon for making a soundtrack that I'm like, is just this the Doom soundtrack again? I am shocked. And they're making the new Doom soundtrack, so I don't know, it all comes full circle somehow. Looks like an interesting game, and I hear that it's actually shockingly accessible. Like, you can not only turn it down to, I don't know, what's the super annoying difficulty level in Doom, like please daddy don't hurt me or something. I'm a little teeny baby and I don't know how guns work. But you can also individually, there's like sliders to turn around, like down how much damage enemies do. So you can like put it on easy mode and then make it easier, which I'm all about. So this is probably the first Doom game I'll actually play in a while. Kulubra and the Souls of Limbo is like this kind of cute adventure-y game with a time loop mechanic. You play as this like weird cartoon snake that gets sent to limbo, and then limbo like resets once a day, and you have to figure out why it's resetting to get out. It looks really fun and kind of a it's got just like a kind of cute vibe. Like, it's definitely a game I'll play and enjoy, I'm sure. Firefighter Simulator, The Squad. You're fighting fires, and I'm hoping you get to pet like a dog, like a Dalmatian maybe. If it was set in France, you'd also get to beat up cops, but it's I think it's set here. So it seems like a game you'll probably put 340 hours into, would be my guess.
So have you read about the lawsuit between Ray Parker Jr. and that?
I have not. Enlighten me.
So in 2004, in a 2004 article for Premiere Magazines, the filmmakers admitted to using the song I Want a New Drug as temporary background music in many scenes. They also noted that they had offered to hire Huey Lewis and the News to write the main theme, but the band had declined. The filmmakers then gave film footage with Lewis's song in the background to Parker to aid him for writing the theme song.
I tell you, it's just no good. Lastly, Police Simulator comes out May 20th. Do you think we can play that co-op call? Because We could be bad cops together. You could be
harassing some homeless people.
You could be Vic and I could be Shane, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be real good. Again, ACAB applies to video games. Finally, there's a Humble Bundle out right now that if you are an Xbox gamer and don't subscribe to Game Pass for reasons that I don't understand, but I guess y'all exist, it's a pretty good deal. So for, let's see, $10. Wow, for $10, dang, there you don't even have to pay more than $10. For $10, you can get Wasteland 3, which is a cool tactical game. You get Quantum Break, which is a, I don't know, cool game with some full motion video stuff in it. As Dusk Falls, which is one of the most interesting narrative games I've played in a long time. I beat that game. It was really good. Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Is that the first or the second one?
I don't remember.
Because I really liked the first one and didn't really play the second one.
I beat both of them. I thought the first one was better. I've also recently found out that the studio who makes Ori is kind of awful and has lots of like they treat their employees terrible, and the lead of the studio is at least casually misogynistic and transphobic, which isn't great.
I mean,
he was quoted the other day as saying something like, "Man, if you don't put like 5 transgender characters in your game anymore, it just won't sell." So, that's
my favorite part about AC Shadows is the 5 transgender characters.
Anyway. He sounds kind of shitty, but whatever. The first 2 Ori games were pretty great. So it comes with Will of the Wisps. It comes with Age of Empires Definitive Edition. It comes with Broken Age, Sunset Overdrive, which was terrific, and then Battletoads, which was...
I really liked Battletoads.
Battletoads was fine. I think I enjoyed the nostalgia of Battletoads more than I enjoyed the game. It is 69% positive on Steam, though, which is normally bad, but in this case, I'll say it's nice. Yeah. So anyway, that's a terrific game for like some slightly older Xbox first party games. All, like $10 for that is a great deal. Like probably every single one of those games is worth $10 by itself. So good stuff there. That runs for 9 days. So it'll go until like, I don't know, probably May 23rd ish. So pick that up, $10 on Humble Bundle. That's our podcast. I really thought that maybe we'd actually be able to do these shorter. My goal was to like try and get it done in an hour, but we flubbed that. So whatever.
An hour and 21's not bad.
It's not our longest podcast. So anyway, if you like what you're hearing, we're going to try and do this probably every 2 weeks for a little while. I'd like to get back to doing it weekly, but I don't want to I don't want to have that like, oh my goodness, we're back, baby, and then we screw it up for
we're back and better than
4
ever
episodes from now. Most my kid,
then a year from now we're like,
my kid graduates from
351, guys.
My kid graduates from high school next week, and so I'm gonna be super busy all week. So which also means that I'm old enough to have a kid who graduated from high school, which is playing a little bit with my mental state of me being able to say like, yeah, 1995, like 15 years ago, right? Anyway, if you like what we're doing, you can find us at bytemepodcast.com. The only social media we are on and probably will ever be on from this point forward is Blue Sky.
Is Threads.
We technically still have a Facebook account, but I pretty much deleted my personal Facebook account, so we won't be there. But you can find us on Blue Sky at bytemepodcast.com. And I've been posting a lot, so like go hang out with us there. Colby's on Blue Sky at Colby. I think
at Colby. No, I'm the Uber
that's your display name is Colby, right? Yeah. So the Uber's good. I'm like something really dumb like Loki dash.
Isn't it like LO-WKII or something?
My personal one is really not good. Just go follow Byte Me Podcast, and I like us, so I like me, and I've retweeted myself a couple times, so you can find me there. It'll be fine. That's close enough. We don't have a Patreon anymore because, man, I started feeling bad charging people for stuff. So I don't think we'll do that again. But who knows what the future may hold. We do have Extra Life though still, so
Dude, I have so many Patreon ideas though.
Colby's got.
I mean, I just have like podcast ideas.
Oh, okay, yeah. So maybe Colby will start a Patreon. Who knows? But we are doing Extra Life this year. We did like I can't believe we didn't actually talk about what we did on like. I can't believe we didn't do a podcast in November to talk about Extra Life. But we did great, raised a ton of money, so that's cool. We'll do it again this year. But I think that's it, Colby. So it's now your job. Do you remember what you're supposed to do?
Bite me.
Close enough.